Welcome to the Worthy Bitch podcast, the place where we discuss all things self-worth so we can stop living life as a victim and start living life on purpose. My name is Autumn. I'm your host and the creatrix of the Worthy Bitch. I am so excited that you have made the decision to embark on your Worthy Bitch journey. Now let's dive into ourselves. Welcome back to another episode of the Worthy Bitch podcast. I don't really know how long this episode is going to be because I just had a thought and I wanted to share it. And this is I'm actually recording this on my mic in my studio and I haven't done that in a very long time. So cool. So cool. I wonder how the quality is going to sound. But my thought was, why is it that as humans, we take for granted the things that we have, and then once we lose it, it's like that expression, we don't know what we have until it's gone, right? So ever since I was a young child, I have always recognized the fact that things are temporary. Relationships, just anything, everything is temporary. So, I have, for a very long time, since realizing that, have been learning to not take things for granted as much. And then when I notice myself taking something for granted, I am way more likely to stop doing that and to recognize the temporariness of the thing in question. The reason that I started thinking about this today is because my dog was just trying to get my attention, right? I've been really busy building my business and I'm on my technology a lot. And I haven't been playing with my dogs as much as I should. And I love my dogs. They're my babies. I just love them. And we used to go, especially King, before I was with Josh, we used to go hiking every single day. I would always take him with me everywhere. He is my ride or die. He was always in my rearview mirror. He was always sitting in my back seat and always going everywhere with me. And now I don't have that. I don't do that like I used to. You know what I mean? I don't do the same things. I'm not living the same life that I was then. And so that quality time isn't as frequent as it used to be. And when I do get quality time with him like that, it's shared with his sister now. So I just realized when he was just trying to get my attention so much, and he does this thing where he kind of whines in my face, but he'll do it from afar and very quietly to the point where it's after a minute I just can't take it anymore and I have to say something to him. I mean, he's the best dog in the world. He's truly a companion. I mean, he's sitting right here next to me right now, and you would never even know it. But he's a beautiful dog. He's got a beautiful soul, and I'm so grateful for him. And I also recognize the fact that having him is a temporary thing. I don't like to think about that. It makes me emotional. But noticing that in the now, thinking about that in the now, helps me be a better companion to him. It helps our relationship. It helps me cherish the time that we have together even more. And so instead of getting so frustrated with him about not about his little whining or getting in my face or wanting to have my attention, instead of being frustrated about that, which I do get frustrated about that frequently, but I try to always take a step back and realize oh, he's reminding me that he's here, he wants attention, our relationship is temporary and I will miss it dearly one day. So it's gonna make me cry just thinking about it. But so I always will put my phone down or take a minute away from my computer, get on the floor with him and give him some attention and love on him and stuff. And I try to do that several times throughout the day. And then I also try to take them outside and play with them, but that doesn't always happen. We try to do that at least a few times a week. Doesn't always happen. I need to get better about that, getting better about that every single day. That's why it's being shown to me so I can realize it. So that's why I share these things, like I've said in the past. I share the things that I share because I realize these things, self-awareness, so you can realize them in this way too, so that you can stop doing things that hurt you and start taking ownership of your life and living life on purpose, because that's what the Worthy Bitch is all about. Living life on purpose. And sometimes people might think you're a bitch for that, but oh well, like, that's fine. I saw this meme that was like, excuse me, I saw this meme that was like, if having boundaries burns bridges, then I have matches. We ride at dawn. And I just was like, that resonates so much for me, because yes, like, you must have boundaries. This is your life. You must have boundaries. That's the only way that you're going to be happy in your life. Other people aren't going to really like that, especially if they don't have any boundaries of their own. People don't like it when you put up boundaries and you say no and you own your power, and you stand on your own side. People don't really care for that, but who cares? Like, you need to do that for yourself. The right people that you want in your life are going to respect that about you. And by setting those boundaries, you're going to weed out the people, no matter how painful it may be, you're going to weed out the people that they're no longer serving you on your path. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, they have their path, you have your path, and that's totally fine. And when somebody looks at you that you haven't seen in a while or something, and they say that you've changed, just say thank you. You know, that's the point of life, is to grow, evolve, to change. And maybe they haven't, and that's why they're recognizing it in you, and you're giving them permission to do the same. And it's up to them to make that choice. I just want to remind you about the temporary-ness of life today. I want to remind you not to take things for granted. I want to remind you to cherish your life and to acknowledge the things in your life that are important to you on a daily basis, because what I would not ever want for anyone is for you to wake up one day, not have those things that you love in your life anymore, and regret the fact that you didn't do everything that you could while you did have it, to have the memories, and to have, like, to show that you appreciated it in those moments. Like, no regrets, right? Having no regrets comes with the fact that we're aware of the fact that we are temporary, everything is temporary, and that we're going to treat it as such, and we're going to make sure that we give it the attention it deserves in the moment, instead of waiting until it's over and then being like, oh shit, I should have been better when I had this situation going on, and now I'm going to be in grief forever because I feel like I didn't do what I should have done, and now I feel guilty and ashamed of whatever. All those terrible things. This is how you prevent that from happening, right? Noticing it in the now. Like, duh, we all know life is temporary. We all know everything is temporary in some form. So recognizing that in the now and using that to your advantage to prevent yourself from experiencing more pain and hurt in the future. Okay? That's all I got to say. Message from my doggy today. My dogs teach me so much. Like, I learned so many lessons from so many things that you would not even, literally, like, one of my last episodes was about a lesson I learned from chocolate. Okay? So, oh, and P.S., I did a Kitchery cleanse last week. When this episode comes out, it will have been like a month ago. But so I did a Kitchery cleanse, and that is when you eat Kitchery, an Ayurvedic recipe. If you've listened to my other episode, I think I talk about it. But an Ayurvedic recipe for a digestive reset to strengthen your digestive fire. Your Agni is what it's called in Sanskrit. And I did that, and I did it to do just that, to reset my digestive system, to give it a break, to strengthen my fire, to prevent myself from experiencing ailments such as bloating, heartburn, indigestion, those things. And it really, really worked for me. It was very challenging for me because I am a pitta. I have a lot of fire in my body, and I get really hangry when it comes to food situations, and I love food. So eating one thing for 5 days straight, twice a day, it was kind of challenging for me, but it was definitely an eye-opening experience. I learned a lot about my subconscious patterns and my habits that I didn't realize, like how many things I just subconsciously just like don't even think about and like pop in my mouth, or unconsciously, or whatever it's called. But like, I just will like have snack and not even think about what exactly I'm putting in my body. I'm a very healthy person and I eat very healthy, but I also do just like not not really sit and be present with my food. So that taught me a lot. But I also wanted to share with you that I didn't do the cleanse for this reason, but I ended up losing 5 pounds in 5 days off of this cleanse. So that's incredible. Like, incredible to me. I want to do this cleanse probably like once a month, once at least a few times a year for sure. Because not only is khichdi like delicious, it's so healthy for your body. It makes you feel good after you eat it. Like you don't feel weighed down or any type of like bloating, heartburn, indigestion. I don't know if y'all can hear those little like gurgling sounds, but that's my dog's stomach. And anybody who has tips on dogs and that situation, feel free to shoot them my way because he's had digestive issues for a very long time, his whole entire life that I've known, and I don't know what to do about it. I've talked to the vet about I don't know what to do about it. So if you have tips for me, I'll take them. But yep, the khichdi cleanse was great. If you want to learn more about that, hit me up. All my links are going to be in the show notes, as always. You can book a value call with me on my website, and we can chat about any ways that I can serve you and some next best steps for you. And yeah, have a great rest of your day and enjoy everything. Enjoy what you got while you got it, right? And don't waste time on the past, and don't let the past rob you of your present. Okay? I love you guys. Have a great day. And if you loved this episode, don't forget to subscribe and rate and share with a friend who needs to hear it. Also, I would love if you could leave me a review on iTunes and take a screenshot and email it over to me at theworthybitch@gmail.com. That's theworthyb, TCH, at gmail.com. Link is in the show notes, and I will send you a free gift of my 30 affirmations for the doshas that will assist you in your practice to find balance. And as always, I thank you so much for taking this time today to show up for yourself and do the work. Keep living life on purpose, my worthy bitches.